What's up, YouTube? Herb Wars here, and today we're going to do a quick little update slash pickups crazy insanity gaming weekend that I've just experienced. Happy Memorial Day. God bless America. Let's get to it. Quick little update. I know last video I promised you a new console video, and I actually did shoot the video, but I wasn't happy with the way that the video came out because, as you know, I think I stated in a video or two ago that I was changing occupations and leaving my prior job, which required a lot of call, and I was committed to the place like 24/7. So life was a little hectic. Well, back then when I shot the video, I was still on call and I was exhausted. So the video, I kind of sounded like a zombie. So I deleted the video and I need to reshoot the video. So quick little update. I'm finally in my new position. It took like about a month after all the I gave them 3 weeks, and then this is the first week that I really started. So I just wanted to give myself a little time before I recorded a video, and here we are. So about a week ago, the Mortal Kombat Arcade 1-Up came out, and so I decided to pick up the Mortal Kombat Arcade 1-Up, which is on the other side of my room. I had a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. The boys and I play a lot. My brother was over, my friend was all over, and my brother, me, and my kids were playing it the other day, and we had a blast. So that was probably let's just say last Sunday, or yeah, last Sunday or Monday that I picked it up. So then I go on Facebook and I got invited to join an Engage group, which if everybody remembers a few videos back, I am going for a complete Engage. And I was able to pick up these two games, Bomberman and Call of Duty for the Engage. Knocked two more games off the list. So I was pretty excited about that. And being Memorial Day weekend, I live in a tourist town, so it's kind of like the beginning of summer, Memorial Day weekend for our town, because everything opens up after Memorial Day weekend. So it was a very busy week. And Friday, I was talking to my friend Paul, and he was asking me if I wanted to go to a toy show the next day. And I said, no, dude, I'm good. I'm just kind of sticking to games. And last time I went to this show, it was mostly toys. So my brother and my friend Paul went to this show. But on Friday night, I found out that Arcade 1-Up Astro Machines was on sale at Walmart for 75 bucks. So Friday night I ran to the store, found it, and I also heard about Centipede, but they didn't have Centipede at my Walmart. Found it, hooked it up, and I've been playing that thing constantly. I was having a great time. The only thing I'm sad about is the high score doesn't save. So I've been taking pictures with my phone, and somehow I want to figure out a way to display like the top score above it, like maybe a marquee or something. So my brother and Paul asked me for a game list when they went up to the show. So I gave them a game list, and they were able to find me a game while they were up there. But on the way back, they called me from a Walmart, and they said, dude, they have the Centipede machine. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, pick it up for me. And my brother's like, oh, they also have this. I'm going to pick it up for you. It's a My Arcade. It's a super gamepad. It's a wireless. It works for like NES Classics, Super NES Classics. I think it works for the Wii and the Wii U as well. And it was $5. I said, sure, I'll mess with it. It's $5. It's wireless. Hell yeah. Totally. It was on clearance. Well, so that happened, and then when my brother showed up, he picked this up for me like when it launched, and I just don't know why. I just never even asked him like for it, and so I finally gave him the money for the NES Classic, and he handed it over. Glad to have that because I'm doing like a mini console TV section in my game room that I have to finish working on. It's like a work in progress. So then Saturday morning, or so that was Saturday. When I did all this, I got the arcade, I got the NES Classic, I got the wireless controller. So then my brother calls me, texts me Sunday morning, and I had to put my phone on like silent, my text messages, because I get text messages all hours of the night from my buddies, like gaming buddies, sometimes Ice Pirate, sometimes Daniel Son from Game Beaters and stuff like that, and CPR, Alex, and Chris. So anyway, I put my messages, all my messages on silent. So Sunday morning, my brother texted me like 5 times that I didn't realize because I was playing my arcades. So he called me. He said, dude, there's an epic yard sale you got to come to. So I went there, and it was an actual local collector who's getting out of the hobby completely. And he's a friend of mine. I was always very nice to Dennis. and he was having, I mean, the amount of video games he had there was insane. My main issue is I was so scared that he told me it was a bunch of Genesis games and stuff, so I ran over there. I never bothered to take any of my lists with me, so I didn't know what I needed. Um, I just kind of ran to the yard sale, and I was just like, dude, I only think I only had like 40 or 50 bucks in my pocket cash. I had to go to the ATM, but I was like, no, I'm just getting there and seeing what they got. So this was pretty epic, but I didn't realize it was Dennis's yard sale until I showed up. So we're going to go by system. All right, first off, I forgot. When Paul, my brother, went to that show, they did pick me up Gyrus on the NES. Happy to have this. Very clean game. And I was playing this the other day. A lot of fun, a lot like Tempest, because I've been playing that on the Asteroids machine. So we're just going to go by system. First one is a Super Nintendo game, the only Super Nintendo game that I picked up, World Heroes. Very clean copy. Now let's do Dreamcast. He had Dreamcast game, which I was like, what? Alone in the Dark, The New Nightmare, complete. And Sunday afterwards, my brother came over. I spent about 3 hours cleaning and testing every one of these games, so I know that they all work. And I was playing them right before I went to a barbecue. So it was a long time. I didn't realize it was 3 hours. Let's go through the N64 games. I actually skipped through these games. They were a quarter apiece. And then my brother went back. He called me. He said, dude, you're going for a full NES and N64 collection for a quarter apiece. Just pick them all up. You'll get them out of your way. And it's all 5 of the Madden games. I actually played them. It was kind of funny when I was testing them out to see Donovan McNabb on the Eagles. It was pretty cool. So next, let's go to Game Boy, I guess. First, for the Game Boy Color, Pokemon Pinball. For whatever reason, I didn't own this game, and I got a hell of a deal. Glad to get this. And then a bunch of Game Boy games that I've been wanting to get for a while. Boxel, Lock and Chase, Revenge the Gator, which is a really fun pinball game, and probably my favorite game out of the lot that I found that night, or that day, for Game Boy was Quirk. And again, I spent, for every one of these games, except for the Madden games, I think it was $2 a game. So, I mean, I got a hell of a deal. Let's go into original Xbox, Fusion Frenzy. I've been wanting this game since the day it came out, and for whatever reason, all these years later, I never picked it up. But I was able to pick it up for $2. Super excited for that. PlayStation 2, Contra, Shattered Soldier. 1 second. Yeah, I'll be out in a minute. Shattered Soldier for the PlayStation 2 for $2. Complete. Disc looks like it was never even played. This is a really tough game. My brother and I were testing it out. Okay, now let's go into PlayStation 1. I got Fighting Force 1. Always wanted this game. I played the demo a lot when I was a kid, because my brother had that demo. Fighting Force 2. Again, I never really even played the demo for that, but I was excited to get it. Road Rash 3D. Tekken 2. For whatever reason, I did not own Tekken 2. And then this game brings me back a lot. WCW versus NWO Thunder. My dad had a heart attack when I was younger, before he died, several years before he died. But I remember him being in Philadelphia, and then I had school the next day. So I actually had to go to my cousin's house because they were taking me to school the next day. And I was really, really sad and bummed out. But my older cousin, Brian, literally just bought this game. And for like the next 3 days, because I had to sleep over there while my dad was in the hospital, we did nothing but play WCW Thunder, and we had so much fun with this game. There was like a battle royal mode. That's all we played. And this game, again, pristine. I don't even think this game was ever played. Pristine condition. Next, I got a Wii game, which again, I don't know why I never had this game. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. Extremely excited to have this to the collection, and it's in mint condition as well for $2. Next, I have Genesis games. We have Shadow of the Beast 2. I only played this for a few minutes testing it out. I always hear good things about Shadow of the Beast. But Tasmania. This was one of the first games we had with our Genesis when I was growing up, but it was my brother's game, so I needed my own version. I probably beat this game 100 times, and it's probably not the best platforming game on the Genesis, but it's one of my favorites because of the nostalgia and how many times I played it. Um, we got James Pond, the Aquatic Games. This is kind of like a bunch of Olympic games from when I was playing. I only played like 10 minutes of it, so I really don't know a whole bunch about that game. WWF Raw. I had Royal Rumble and I have Raw on Super Nintendo, but I needed it on the Genesis. And finally, a game that I've wanted a long time, Aladdin for the Genesis. I love Aladdin on Super Nintendo, but I never owned the Genesis version. Although I do remember renting the Genesis version when we were kids, and super excited. So anyway, all those games except for the Madden games were $2 a piece. Dennis really hooked me up. And then when I was leaving, he said to me, "Don't leave yet. I want to give you guys something." And my brother ended up letting me just keep both of them. He gave me a Sega Genesis box, which has all the paperwork and styrofoam, not styrofoam, the cardboard inside. It doesn't have the Genesis, but I have like 4 Genesis. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to throw one of them in there. And this, oh my God, when I saw this, my heart dropped. I'm not really into box systems, but like lately I got a bunch of boxes for systems. So I got to figure out how to display them. And then he handed me this with the styrofoam, the action set. Again, I have a bunch of Nintendos. I could just throw one of them in here or make it complete. But I was extremely excited to get them for free. And what a fucking weekend for gaming for me. I have not yard saled, I'll be honest, in a couple years. And because I always feel like there's nothing, I really need to like reconsider this because this was a fucking hell of a haul. Granted, he was a friend and he was a collector. I was just really excited to get these games, especially for the price that I paid. Anyways, guys, how was your Memorial Day? What games have you picked up? And be sure to stay tuned because pretty soon I'm going to be releasing that new console video that I promised about a month ago. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Herb Wars out.